grip training. One of the most indispensable things that you could add into your training as a jiu-jitsu athlete with your physical preparation. That's going to be a key feature in a lot of your training anyway, but is certainly a key feature in jiu-jitsu. I'm going to throw some footage over here now. I'm just going to let that play for the next little while, and we're going to see some jiu-jitsu that's recent, that we've seen that has, making sure in front of my mic here, that we've been seeing that the grip is still so important. Like, a lot of jiu-jitsu is predicated on getting your grip at the start and then progressing on that grip all the way to getting your submission from your opponent through your sweep, through your pin, etc. So it's really important, and has always been really important, continues to be really important, as we can see that grip is really important factor. Now, as much as this is like a skill quality as much as anything else, it certainly doesn't hurt to make our grip as strong as possible. And there's three big strategies that I think that you can use with your strength and conditioning to address this. Let's take a look at those now. First one of those strategies is rowing. Obviously, you're going to be pulling or rowing as a part of your training. Like, that's one of the main things that you can do with your upper body, and you will have some rowing or pulling key lifts, such as your pull-ups and your bent over rows and your lying rows and different rowing movements like this. It's just worth emphasizing that both the pulling musculature of the lats and the bicep and the forearm muscles, that's all involved in the pulling motions in jiu-jitsu. Making that all really strong is a really good idea, as well as a lot of grip training carryover benefits kind of come from doing your rowing or your pulling training as well. So it's just worth mentioning and worth emphasizing that more than any kind of little gimmicky grip training exercise that I could possibly give you, getting outrageously strong over time in pulling patterns, that alongside the next tip is really going to be the thing that will get your grip up the most. On that then, the next tip is going to be hinging or deadlifting. Like, ultimately you want to be doing that as part of your training anyway, because it's a really important way to build strength in the lower body, build strength in the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back. We want all of that to be really strong for jiu-jitsu, so it's a really important feature in your training as it is. However, doing RDLs and sets of RDLs where you're holding the bar for long, doing deadlifts, all of these things have really positive grip adaptations, and there's a sort of movement that there's a real bang for your buck in that you're going to need to do it anyway, because you're going to want to make your posterior chain stronger, and you're going to want to get stronger in these patterns. So it just so happens that if you throw some straps in there and you maximize and you overload on your grip and you make RDLs and heavy deadlifts a part of your training within reason, well, then you're going to see a lot of carryover benefits from training your grip there, and that's certainly, in my experience, going to improve your performance on the mats and help you get that little bit stronger in the grip. We've seen that it really helps, and certainly not the worst thing that you could possibly have, right? On that, and lastly, hanging is a really good way to improve your grip. It's really low impact, i.e. you are just hanging with your body weight, but you can hang for long periods of time, and I found that grapplers are quite good at doing body weight hangs for time versus like general population, not so much. So that's something that I would certainly look at. It's also really good for your shoulders, so you're going to get that secondary benefit from that as well, and it's something that you can certainly add in as like a warm-up or a cool down. We like to throw it in as a cool down sometimes in people's sessions, and that's another thing that you can add in there. And that's another nice kind of secondary way to build up that grip over time. There are three strategies for improving your grip strength for the jiu-jitsu. Like we said at the start, obviously there's a lot of skill component in your ability to maintain grips the right way, but having a much stronger set of rowing and pulling musculature, as long as a much stronger set of gripping musculature, that is really going to help you along the way as well. So if you enjoyed that video, like, subscribe, do all that sort of thing, and I'll be back at you with another video next week.